Hi guys, it's Daniela again and welcome back to my channel. So for today's video I'm going to be testing some new Primark makeup that I bought not too long ago. So today's video will be a full face of Primark makeup, and yeah, I really hope you enjoy this video and let's get started. Hi guys, so the first thing I'm going to go in with is the PS Primer Water. So this is just like a hydrating refresher kind of spray, and this costs £2. This does have like a fragrance to it, which I don't feel like the last one I had did. Or maybe I'm just not remembering. So I have had this before and I really actually enjoyed it, and that's why I bought a second one. I actually just really like this to like hydrate my skin before I put foundation on. And even as I'm doing my makeup, I kind of just put this all over just to like keep my foundation looking moist and like hydrated. Moist. So now that the primer spray has sunken into my skin, let's go in with another primer. This is the PS Prep and Perfect Hydrating Enriched Skin Primer. So this contains vitamin B and vitamin E. This was £3. So this feels like super refreshing and it smells really good as well. Okay, so now that that's sunken into my skin, we're going in with another primer. This is the PS Summer Blur Soft Focus Blur Primer. I'm really worried about this, so I'm literally going to put the tiniest bit on because I really don't like these kind of silicone primers, so I'm a bit scared that it's going to muck up my makeup. So I'm literally just going to put this where I have the most pores. So this primer has got like specks of glitter, which I feel like is kind of like going towards the YSL Garlan one. The Garlan, I don't know how to say that. Where it's kind of like a clear primer but with like specks of gold glitter. It's sunken into my skin. My skin definitely feels softer there. I just hope I don't get super oily there. It's definitely not really minimized my pores, but obviously maybe on the makeup it will. My eyebrows look so bad. Oh my god. Oh bitch. We're gonna just have to ignore that because they're looking real bushy. Okay, so now that I've primed using 3 different primers. So for today's foundation, I'm gonna use the PS My Perfect Color Glow Foundation. This is a medium buildable coverage, radiant natural finish and SPF 30. So it looks like this. This costs £6 and I've got the colour Cool Sand. I did try this in like a first impressions, but I generally cannot remember how I feel about it. I think it was pretty good, but I don't know if it was very glowy compared to like the Glow name. So I've just put some on the back of my hand. I only use like the tiniest bit on the back of my hand. This colour is too light for me. I'm just going to go in with the dropper. The dropper doesn't work. Great. Yep. Dropper don't work. The colour is way too light for me and the coverage is really not that great. Like, I know it's medium coverage, but it's not that great. So I'm just going to build some more up. Okay, so now for concealer, I actually don't have like a Primark concealer. So I'm going to use my Colourpop No Filter Concealer. This is also way too light for me. Okay, so now that I look like Casper. So now for cream contour, I'm going to use the PS My Perfect Color Foundation and Contour Stick. This is in the colour Caramel, and this is meant to be a buildable coverage, blendable natural finish, moisturising and vitamin E infused. This is the colour. I'm going to put some on my forehead. Oh, I don't think this is going to be the right colour. I'm just going to blend this out and hope for the best. Okay, when it's blended, it doesn't look too bad. Okay, so it doesn't look too bad once it's blended. It's blending really easily actually. That foundation is a lot matter than like a glow foundation should be. Like my face is fully matte, I would say. So I'm just going to add the tiniest bit more here. But this is definitely not like a contour colour. This is like a bronzing colour for me. And now for powder, I'm going to go in with my RCMA No Colour Powder. So I'm going to go in with a little bit of this primer water just to try and like bring some skin-like feeling to this foundation, because I feel very matte and I look very matte and that's just not a look that I like. So I'm going to put some of this on and hopefully that like refreshes my makeup a little bit. Now that that's sunken into my skin, I really don't feel like my skin looks any more dewy or any more like skin. I feel like my skin looks very matte and I'm just so not used to that. So I'm like, ugh, I don't know how to feel about it, but it is what it is. Like, I'll make it work. So let's move on. Now for bronzer, I'm going to go in with the PS Chocolate Cheek Palette. And I'm going to use this colour here, which is called Milk Chocolate. So now we're going in with this. This is the PS Double Take Face and Eye Palette. So I'm going to go in with the blusher first. So for blusher, I'm going to go in, start off with this colour here. Just to, oh, that's powdery. Just because I don't really know where I'm going with my eyes. So this is a pretty neutral kind of colour. This is called Smart Talk. Okay, too much blush. Okay, so now for highlight, I've got this highlight in here, or I've got the highlighter Brunch Club, which is this one here. So I'm going to use this one on my cheeks and then this one on my nose, just because this one's got like a pink reflect and I'm not really keen on like pink reflex. I'm literally adding the tiniest bit, like, this is so powdery as well. Now for my nose, I'm going to go in with the highlight Brunch Club from Primark. It is a really nice highlight, but the colour is just not something I want to put on my cheeks. It's too like white and pink for my complexion. But I can use it on my nose and my Cupid's bow. For my brows, I had two products that I was going to put on my brows, but like, my eyebrows need to be plucked. They do not need to have more like colour or shape to them. They just need to be kept in place. So I'm not going to use any of these. You guys know that this is my favourite brow pencil. This is fine. It's just too dark for me. So I'm going to go in with the clear brow gel, which isn't clear anymore, but it used to be clear. So I'm just going to put this through my eyebrows. I can't believe I'm putting this on the internet with my eyebrows like this. I'm really hoping you can't tell like what my eyebrows look like. Okay, so this is the eyeshadow palette that I'm going to use, which is also a blusher palette. I really like the look of this. I really do hope it performs well because like I'd love to travel with this. So the colour I'm going to go in with first is the colour Dream On, which is this one here. And I'm just going to take this into my crease. Oh, that's a nice colour. I really like that colour. So there is quite a bit of kickback. And this colour isn't really matte. I wouldn't say this colour is matte. This colour is like more of a sheen. Now I'm just going to put the same colour on my lash line. Yeah, this has definitely got a lot of kickback. These two colours here, they look so similar, it's ridiculous. Like, that's them two on my hand. Like, you wouldn't really tell a difference on the eyes. So because these two colours are so similar, I'd have preferred that they would have put like a matte mauve in there, like a darker mauve, or like a dark maroon, just because there's a lot of shimmers. I think these are all kind of shimmer satin kind of formulas. So for my lid, I'm going to go in with this colour here. I'm going to pick this up dry on a flat brush and I want to see how this performs. Okay, basically not performing. Let's try it wet. So I've wet my brush and let's try it now. Okay. It's fine with a wet brush, but I prefer to use my finger. Yep. Finger is definitely the way to go with this colour. It's very, very crumbly. I had high hopes for this palette. I don't know how I feel now. I've got it all over me. That's how like crumbly it is. It feels like it needs like a tacky base underneath, which is ridiculous because it's not like a glitter kind of formula. I'm not really keen on that colour if I'm honest. So now for my lower lash line, I'm going to use a colour on mine, which is this one here. And I'm just going to try and like darken this out a little bit. I'm going to go in with that colour on mine, just on the outer V. So that really didn't do anything. So I'm going to go in with this colour here. This is Choco Dip. And I'm just going to try and put this on my outer V. Not my outer V, my lower lash line. Just try and darken it out a little bit. To be honest, I don't really like this. I think maybe I had too much of high hopes, but it's not performing the way I thought it was going to perform. So just on the lid, I'm going to go in with this colour here, which is Twister. I just want to see if it gives me some shimmer, because like it's very lackluster at the moment. Okay, that's giving me a bit more shimmer. So that definitely is a colour that has a bit more like dimension to it and a bit more shimmer, and it's performing pretty well with just a dry brush. So now I'm going to go in with this colour here, just tapping it ever so slightly and taking it into my outer V. This is a pretty good colour actually. It's a pretty pigmented colour as well. Definitely not a matte colour, but it is pigmented. So I'm using like the lightest bit of it. Okay, so I'm going to leave the way my eyes are. It's not my best work, and I really don't really like this look. I'm very disappointed in these shadows. My skin feels really matte and it just looks... I'm not having a good makeup day. Foundation doesn't look that great. I really don't like how it's sitting on my skin. So now for mascara, I'm going to use the PS False Lash Queen mascara. This is meant to give you dramatic volume, fullness and length. So it looks like this. Reminds me a lot of like the Better Than Sex and L'Oreal Paradise mascara, like the components. So let's see how it performs. This is the wand. Seems to be coating my lashes pretty nicely. This mascara might be the only hit from today's video. This and the 2 primers. Oh, and that contour wasn't too bad. So the mascara is not bad. I don't feel like it's given me anything in particular. It's just like coated my lashes okay. Let's try my bottom lashes. I got mascara in my actual eyeball. Ow. And my bottom lashes look pretty good. Now for lips, I don't really have like a lip liner that's like a colour that I would want to wear with this look. The only lip liner I have is this one here. So this is the PS lip liner in Spice. Okay, so now for like lipstick, I don't have a Primark lipstick, so I'm going to use my Perfect Colour lip gloss in Caramel Kiss. Let's see if this works. If not, I'm going to go in with another colour. I'm just going to go in with the NYX Butter Gloss in Creme Brulee, just to make it more of like a pink colour. Okay, so my final thoughts are, I don't really like how my makeup's come out. It's not my favourite look I've ever created. So let's do a little recap. So primers, I know I like this and I'll continue using this one, and I would recommend this one. So obviously everything I tried today I'll continue using, but this one I do like. It's just a moisturising primer and I actually did like this one. So this primer is fine. It actually did like really reduce the appearance of my pores, so I'm pretty surprised by that. So I do actually like this for that effect. Will it make my foundation slip? I'm not sure. I'll keep using this with my normal routine and products that I know work, so I'll keep you updated. The foundation, I'm really not sure about this. It's definitely too matte for what I like and prefer. It's called a glow foundation and I really don't feel like it's glowy at all. So yeah, the foundation I'm a bit like about. So the contour stick I liked. It blended out really nicely and I like the fact that it did give my skin some colour. So I'll continue using this, but I did like how blendable it was and buildable, so I did like this actually. So with this palette, I'm pretty disappointed with it. I really had high hopes for this, especially the eyeshadows. I really wanted to really like them, but they're just not something I know I'll reach for. So I wouldn't recommend this palette specifically for the eyeshadows. Blushes, I only used one blusher and it seemed fine. Pretty powdery, but it's still on my skin. I'm not really fussed about this palette, if I'm honest. I will continue using the blushes because I do like the colours in here, but the eyeshadows I don't know if I'll ever use again. To me, it's a palette that you would need another palette with, if that makes sense. Like I would need mattes to go with that palette. So for me, I wouldn't recommend that palette as of right now. I'll keep testing it and keep playing with it, but yeah, I'm not that keen on it, if I'm honest. The mascara, it's fine. It's a bit watery than what I like in formulas. It has transferred to my bottom lash line. It's fine. It hasn't done anything amazing to my eyelashes, if I'm honest. So yeah, it's something I'll obviously use, but it's not something I'll reach over like my other favourite mascaras. So out of everything, the letdowns, if I'm honest, was the foundation, the mascara and the palette. So yeah guys, I really hope you enjoyed today's full face of Primark makeup / testing some new bits from them. If you did, you know what to do, and I will see you next time. Bye guys.